Dawn breaks over the historic harbor of Portsmouth. We are arriving this morning after traversing the English Channel as the final stop of our Iberian Explorer Viking ocean cruise. This is the main maritime route from Europe to England, starting with the Norman invasion back in the 11th century. Since then, Portsmouth has been in the forefront of British naval history, from Lord Nelson's final battle at Trafalgar to the World War II D-Day invasions. And while there's so much to see here in Portsmouth, we're traveling deep into Hertfordshire, embarking on a 45-minute drive, heading north through quaint villages and on to Winchester, the first capital of England. This is one of the premium excursions on the Viking Vela, and it's worth every dollar.
Walk straight to Winchester Cathedral, which is only sort of 5-10 minute walk.
So while our group did a quick bathroom break on the walk to the famous cathedral, I did a little exploring on my own.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
Lovely. This is High Street, and the open air market is just amazing.
Look at this fresh produce. This market is open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings, and it is worth a stop. But it's the cathedral that we're here to see today, stepping back into more than 1,000 years of history. This is the site of the original monastery, with records going back to 636 AD.
Now, as I said earlier, William the Conqueror came to
And because we're on a Viking tour, we walk straight into the cathedral. The artistry on the west doors is so impressive, and when you enter the cathedral, well, it's just breathtaking. Winchester became prominent when William the Conqueror invaded England in 1066. He then installed his first Norman bishop of Winchester in 1070, and Winchester became one of the most important cities in England. Winchester Cathedral is one of the largest Gothic cathedrals in Northern Europe, with the greatest overall length of any medieval Gothic cathedral in the world. Every year, more than 300,000 people from around the world visit Winchester Cathedral. It's a working church with daily services, and it's very popular with school field trips. This is the crypt, and one of the oldest parts of the cathedral, dating back to 1079, and some of the oldest surviving stonework in the cathedral today. And it's known to flood.
How high was the river? Well, the water can get right up almost to his hands. Ooh. So sometimes this is completely cutting off.
Here you'll find the Sound 2, a mysterious life-size sculpture of a solitary man created by one of England's premier sculptors, Anthony Gormley, in the 1980s. This was honestly one of my favorite spots in this historic cathedral, and this statue in this setting is a must-see. Well, as long as it's not flooded.
There's a lot of wall paintings. They're of the Crusades, the times of the Crusades. Of course, we had Crusades in the 11th, 12th, 1300s, Crusades to the Holy Land. And this is what these paintings represent.
In the north transept of the cathedral, this is the Holy Sepulchre Chapel. It was created and painted in the 12th century with scenes of the life of Jesus Christ.
In the sort of late 1000s, 1100s, would mainly have come from France. They were the big cathedral builders of that time. So a lot of the expertise was brought across from France.
Winchester Cathedral features numerous tombs, including those of English monarchs and other notable figures. The statues in the front of the high altar were originally part of the 15th century altar screen. They were removed and destroyed during the Reformation, and Victorian statues replace it. And while Winchester Cathedral is the centerpiece of this medieval city, our Viking guide gives us the option to either go into town for a little shopping on High Street or continue the tour with her. We opt to stay on the tour to unlock more of the history of this amazing city. Dating back to the 15th century, Priory's Gate stands as the primary entrance to the close. Nearby Cheney Court, also hailing from the 15th century, served as the bishop's courthouse and has earned the reputation as one of Winchester's most photographed residential buildings. Making our way to Winchester College, down this row of Georgian houses, we settle upon where the legendary author Jane Austen lived out the final days of her life at the age of 41. This is Winchester College, one of the most prestigious boarding schools in the world. It was founded by William Wykeham in 1382 as a feeder school for New College, Oxford, and has existed on this present location ever since. It's co-ed now for the first time in its 640-year history, and it houses more than 700 students. From here, we walk to the Wolvesey Castle ruins. It's free to explore the grounds of the ruins, and signs along the way tell a story of this incredible history and significance to the religious order here in Winchester and beyond. It was originally built as a home to Bishop Henry in 1129. Wolvesey Castle was once one of the greatest medieval buildings in England. Leisurely walking back to High Street, we enjoy the natural beauty around the River Inchin. We're lucky to see some native wildlife fighting the current of this 26-mile river, one of the loveliest relaxing spots that we found here in Winchester. Back to High Street to board our bus back to the Viking Vela, we see the statue of Alfred the Great, known as the first English king and one of the most significant monarchs in British history, laying the foundation for modern England. Returning to the Viking Vela and sailing away from Portsmouth, be sure to go on deck to get this unique perspective of this historic port from sea. This is His Royal Highness Naval Command Center, ready to defend British soil with a battery of warships. Further along, nestled near the Portsmouth Historic Dockyard, is home to Lord Nelson's legendary HMS Victory from the Battle of Trafalgar, and the iconic Spinnaker Tower, featuring an upscale restaurant with observation platforms offering a breathtaking view around Portsmouth Harbor. And so we say goodbye to Portsmouth, sailing alongside South Sea Common and the ruins of King Henry VIII's moated castle. We wish we had more time to study the amazing history of this region of England, but we'll be back, maybe on another Viking ocean adventure. Until next time, happy sailing.